Hello, listeners. We have another exciting episode of the Die by the Sword podcast ready for you. We hope you're enjoying the show. As always, we're having a lot of fun making it. It's a true project of passion for us, and we're really happy that everybody's listening. As usual, we want to give a huge thank you to the guys over at Midnight Syndicate for letting us use the wonderful music. Give them a listen over at www.midnightsyndicate.com. And another huge thank you to Sword Coast Soundscapes for the wonderful sound effects. Give them a listen over at youtube.com/Sword Coast Soundscapes. That's all for me. Let's dive right into this episode.
Well, we did it, guys. We finally got rid of Gary.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, Gary.
No, see, we tried to get rid of him, but we failed.
Oh.
See, they poisoned me with disease, and so I'm back. I'm just barely clutching on to life.
See, I was hoping it would take, but apparently he fought it off.
You did, you turned me into a lich. That's all that happened.
Oh, jeez.
It's only temporary.
He passed his fortitude save. Just barely.
Just barely.
Nerd jokes.
So,
I'm glad you're here, Gary. I'm sorry you're almost dead.
Yeah. I've had worse.
well, Gary, you are very, very important to the show, and we couldn't possibly do this episode without you, because we need to roll hit die.
Oh, is that all I'm good for?
Yep, pretty much.
Rolling hit die and killing characters?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so we leveled up everything last week except for rolling hit die, and which we traditionally do with the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right, so who are we starting with first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I was going to say me first, but fine. It's fine.
We'll go Noel first.
No, it's fine. You go.
All right, we'll go first for me.
All right, ladies first. Richard.
Roderick's hit die is a D8.
All right.
8.
3.
Yes.
Didn't you roll a 1 before?
Yes, I was resetting my dice, and I rolled a 1, and I was like, all right, I'm considering that reset. I'm not going to touch it again until we roll hit die, and that was the correct decision.
Very nice.
All right, who's next?
Me.
Okay, that's a D...
8. That's what I'm holding anyway, so...
Okay. 8.
7. So either way, it's good. All right, I'll take that 8.
Very good.
Crazy 8s.
Anybody else on a D8?
No, I'm on a D10.
D10.
You first.
9.
Ooh, like that. 8. I'll take the 9.
Mm-hmm.
We rolled so high this time.
Yeah, Gary was a lot nicer this time. He did not want us to take hit points that last time. I remember a lot of 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
So
we rolling for Dwarfy?
Sure. What was his?
His is a D8 as well.
A D8.
49 hit points.
Well, he only gets 2 from me.
Oh, man.
He gets 5 from me.
Well, there you go.
Well, Elizabeth, Roderick is 41, so he's not very far behind you.
Yeah, I'm at 49.
All right, and with that, we can consider the level up complete.
Yes.
Yay.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, Gary, you can leave now.
Okay.
Get out.
It was nice to be here this week.
Honestly, that's probably about all the energy Gary has left for this.
He's rolled 4 times.
Oh, no, he's starting to cough.
Do you need a potion of cure light?
No, I need a potion of remove disease.
Well, we got whiskey.
That's close enough.
So, what's everyone's HP at now?
Well, Elizabeth and I already mentioned, but Roderick is 41.
I'm at 49.
I'm at 39.
Dwarfy's at 36.
These are all really good numbers for 4th level
Yes.
characters.
Yes.
These numbers would have been great in Harrowstone.
Yes, they would have.
Well, every single one of us took toughness, so that's one indicator right there.
Did I take toughness?
Well, actually, Vivian didn't. You just have rolled really well each level.
Vivian's just fabulous. I was like, I don't think I took toughness. So, what are we doing?
Yeah, Gary, you've been gone.
What are we doing?
We didn't really know what we were up to.
Well, you've made it back to Ravengro. You've cleansed Harrowstone. You're kind of being revered as heroes within the town.
Finally. Good.
They're like, oh, I guess these people are all right now. So what have each of you been doing I'd say it's probably been a good 2 weeks or so since the events at Harrowstone. So what have you guys been doing for the past 2 weeks?
Well, Dwarfy has decided to set up shop. He's going to open up a little forge business. He's going to be the town blacksmith. Yeah.
What's he going to call the blacksmith?
I think he was going to go with the Spiffy Smithy.
I like it. I like it.
There were a couple of other contenders. One other contender was Forge Worth, to go with our Texas theme. And the other one we came up with was
Will Smith Smith, or Will Smith Smith. Either way you want to pronounce it.
How much Smith could a Will Smith Smith if a Will Smith could Smith Will?
And that wouldn't really make sense here because I don't think they know Will Smith.
No.
Everyone knows Will Smith.
That's true.
Come on.
You just start singing Fresh Prince and they'll know
yeah,
it.
No, that's a folk song.
I don't think there was a single unifying force greater than Fresh Prince. Everybody loved that show.
Or just the theme song, even if they never saw the show.
Just even the theme song. Just that's all you needed, and immediately you connect with everyone from the 90s.
So, that's awesome. Has he decided where in town he's setting it up?
Well, he's going to set it right next to the inn just because it's close to the pub. So,
That seems like such a fire hazard.
well, there's not.
And God knows they don't have a fire department in this
It's like-
town, as I recall.
Yeah, they haven't fixed any of their previous
Fix any of
issues.
their
He puts the furnace back to back with where all the kegs are kept.
Yeah, no,
all
he
the
knows. He
spirits.
knows where to get a furnace too. He took the scary one from the prison.
Oh, jeez.
Just one brick at a time. Speaking of
Wow.
such things,
We brought quite a lot of loot back from the prison, including the Iron Maiden,
That is correct.
The band?
the band, and the object.
Iron Maiden came to celebrate with us.
Yeah.
the band was in the object.
Exactly.
And this is the one thing that I've been able to convince
Warren
Edna,
and
Texan Edna.
Oh. I thought you meant Gary.
Warren and
Warren and Elaine. Warren and Elaine. I've been able to convince Warren and Elaine. Actually, to convince Elaine because Warren's dead.
Yeah.
To take the Iron Maiden, and she actually gave us a very good price.
Yes.
Normally, the just regular old Iron Maidens go for $500, and that's really all this is now since the haunting is relieved on it. But she went ahead because it had sentimental haunting value and gave us $1,000, 1,000 gold pieces.
That's awesome. Thank you, benevolent GM / Edna.
Yes.
I try sometimes.
There were other things that they just didn't want to, that Elaine just didn't want to buy. Soriana is going to be putting some of these objects up in the Outward Inn. I think.
Like TGI Fridays, like
Yeah, having the tchotchke on the wall, having the
Yeah.
brands, and
Couple
maybe
brands, some of the manacles.
the
up there.
manacles, the what were the other? The
straitjacket.
Side note, real quick. You said Elaine, like we just corrected the names, and I said Edna
Yes.
out loud. I'm just like, okay. I'm getting caught up. I'm with the conversation now.
Yes, Edna, Elaine.
Maybe
same
if someone
person.
gets too drunk, they wrap someone in the straitjacket.
Yes, it could be very useful in the Outward Inn. Anyway,
Or like when frat parties come in,
Yeah.
that's the hazing.
Yeah.
It's like
can you get out of it like
Houdini.
their equivalent of Harry Houdini? We also had quite a few other things. You have that list, Broderick, that you can go over the other things we sold.
Yeah, so in addition to the Iron Maiden, we had those other items from the vault, which we sold behind Vivian's back.
Did you give her some of the gold though?
We did, we just didn't tell her where it came from.
Perfect.
they inflated the price of the Iron Maiden.
Yeah, so we sold the bronze war medallion, the unframed Talden painting, the silver hair clips, the masterwork punching dagger, the masterwork shurikens, and the masterwork silver war razor. And with all the gold from that, in addition to the gold from the Iron Maiden, everyone gets an additional 397 gold and 1 silver, 17 copper.
Very nice.
So that's a sizable sum. Mm-hmm. Why are you rolling dice, Gary?
No reason.
Stop it.
He's back. He's gone one time and finds new ways to terrorize us. Oh wait, it's the same way.
So over the last 2 weeks, I've been practicing with my new bow because I have plenty of arrows.
Oh, I thought you got a boyfriend.
Working on that.
She doesn't need
This
to
is
practice.
Yeah, I don't need to practice for that. I'm well versed, but this is my new composite bow, which I'm learning how to use.
The draw is a little tougher than your old bow.
Yes, but the damage is higher. So
I just had an image of of Zenobia making the bard run around in the circle square, and she's like aiming at him, like he's got like a target on his
ding,
head.
ding, 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 ding.
Dance.
He's just like, please stop.
And I have a new shield boss on my shield.
Tells you what to do.
Yeah.
Did you file those papers?
It actually has a little place to hold a sunrod, so I can have light. I can carry light with me.
And Roderick made that for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we can lead right into what Roderick has been up to. So the first thing he's been doing is he's been working very closely with Dwarfy. Since Roderick is also a devout follower of Torog, I put a point in craft weapons and craft armor, and in addition to assembling Zenobia's shield boss for her, he's been working on silvering his warhammer as well.
Silvering, what does that do?
So silvering, it's so making a weapon into an alchemical silver weapon is apparently a process that's applied to a normal weapon. So he's taking the warhammer he already has and is silvering it. So I have the cost, and it's going to take him... I rolled the first roll and rolled a 13, so I'm just going to take a 10 on the next two, and he'll get it done in 3 weeks.
What does it do? What's the advantage of silvering your warhammer?
It just bypasses the damage reduction of enemies that are vulnerable to silver.
Like vampires and werewolves?
Like werewolves for certain.
Vampires too.
Well, it depends on the vampire.
It depends on the lore, I guess.
Question. Does silvering an existing weapon take away damage from it, like the way it does with the dagger?
No, I think we discussed this before a little bit, but yes, there is a damage penalty for silvering a bladed weapon, but bludgeoning weapons do not suffer that penalty.
Oh, cool. No, I can't remember if we talked about that. We talked about my mithril, how mithril does the same thing as silver, but it doesn't have the penalty.
Yes, when we talked about that with the mithril plus one mithril dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a potion
to silver sheen.
Yes,
yeah.
That's a that temporarily does the same thing that Roderick is currently doing permanently.
Does it give a... is there a penalty if she does it on a bladed weapon?
I don't think so, because the weapon is still steel.
Okay.
It's almost like putting an oil on it or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Cool.
Did you guys ever watch Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember when they made the crayons?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I don't remember anything about Mr. Rogers except him coming home and changing his shoes and putting on his sweater.
Shoes. I remember the train and the king puppet.
I remember the train and some of the puppets, and that's it. I remember nothing else about the show.
Well, he used to have this painting, and he'd put like a videotape into it, and it'd show like them making stuff. There's this one where they made crayons. It was so fascinating. You could see the wax dripping through, and that's what I imagine with the silvering of weapons. Is it's just like a cascade of silver, and you just dip it in. Mm-hmm. You know, like a chocolate fountain.
Yeah.
It's probably something like that. Yeah. It's probably
like
not
making
too
lipsticks.
Dissimilar.
Yes, or lipsticks or something like that. Yeah.
Well, and here's a fun difference of imagination, because to me, I was imagining like a bowl of melted silver and like the boiling, but because it's alchemical, there's this weird oily sheen on it, and like that's why it takes so long to do it, because it doesn't stick right away. It doesn't want to stick. Got to add some magic in there somewhere,
or just talent. So Roderick has.
There's that. Yeah.
So Roderick has a +7 to his craft weapons and armor skill, which is just enough because it is DC 17 to silver a weapon. So.
Oh, so bare minimum talent.
Yes, bare minimum talent to take 10 and do it without failing.
Yeah, and Dwarfy has a +6 to it, so
it's like...
Roderick's smarter.
It's the crafting...
It truly is.
Oh my gosh. So it's like the crafting equivalent of like you're really good at frying fries at McDonald's.
Yes. I'll keep putting points in it. Don't you worry. Anyway, so he's making that silver warhammer. He put on the shield boss for Zenobia, and so that's what he's been spending a lot of time at the forge. He's also been trying to work out the really complicated love triangle that he's in right now between himself, Kendra, and the longsword.
Well, I thought we already determined that Roderick obviously likes Vivian more because he was willing to injure his sword for Vivian.
Well, that was self-preservation because she was the healer.
You know, I don't think it's really a love triangle between you and Kendra and Vivian. This sounds more like a love triangle between you, this fake version, Kendra, and your real-life wife. She hates Kendra. Why do you hate her so much?
I mean, I like the sword.
Well, I guess I would too if it was trying to steal my husband.
Did you hear about that pommel? Like, Kendra doesn't have a pommel.
Oh, the fishtail?
Yeah. I just don't see what Roderick sees in her.
Well, I don't even remember what she looks like, so I couldn't tell you.
Exactly, that's what I don't see.
We literally can't see her.
I don't remember what she looks like.
She's not real.
But she's not as beautiful as Vivian.
Nobody's
as beautiful as Vivian.
Thank you. That's the way it should be. See, Roderick, that's what people should be saying.
It's funny because she doesn't even like me, but she gets really mad about the fake love interest.
It's just because it's only because the fake love interest is played by me.
Wait, are you saying I don't like you? Your wife, Noelle, your wife doesn't like you?
Yeah, that is what I was saying.
It's true.
Well, I mean, listeners of the podcast can probably agree with that. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
We're only nice to each other when no one else is around.
They're only nice off mic.
Mm-hmm. When no one else is around.
It's funnier to be mean on mic. Anyway. So, Roderick has also been up to a third thing. So,
God, so fucking busy.
I mean, he likes to be active. So Zenobia took that trap finding Slayer talent.
Yep.
And part of that comes with being able to disarm magical traps. So, as a part of that, Roderick has been spending a lot of time with Zenobia and showing her some of the ins and outs of magical glyphs and how these sorts of things work. So, even though she doesn't have any magic ability herself, she can see it and she can identify what she's looking at. Even if she doesn't know how to do it herself, she can disarm it.
Very cool.
And I've been learning to use all of my thieves' tools.
I have a feeling this is absolutely going to come in handy.
Oh,
Driving Soriana crazy. I keep unlocking everything.
we got Masterwork thieves tools, right?
Yeah.
That's something. Okay,
I have
didn't dream it.
Masterworks.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, I mean, yes, I didn't mean to go communist on you. You have them.
Comrade. So, I imagine that this is something Zenobia's been probably working on for the first 3 levels, but now it's finally clicked.
Literally, when she unlocked it.
Yeah,
it clicked.
she's been practicing with the lockpicks, and it finally clicked.
Does anyone want to know what Vivian's been doing?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Roderick doesn't care. No. So we still have a dead body of Thurskill.
That's true, but it's in gentle repose, so it's
Yes.
We
But
got time.
Vivian, now that things have calmed down, there's no undead to immediately kill, things like that, she really wants to make sure to give Thurskill a proper send-off. They're waiting to hear from the family to actually do something with the body, and she doesn't want to do last rites or like inappropriate
Death ritual.
Yeah, death ritual.
So did somebody send word to them?
Yes. So that's definitely something Vivian did. She sent an ether mail.
Okay.
So Vivian sends word to the family, but in the meanwhile, she has no idea how long that's going to take for people to get back from it. Might have gone in the junk folder. She doesn't know. And because everyone's now treating us with respect, she wants to give Thurskill a proper send-off, and she wants to hold a wake where people can come in and honor this fallen warrior that sacrificed his life to save this town. So she's working with Father Grimborough to set up, get extra flowers in the temple, and she's working with Sariana to set up a really great party afterwards, like on the square. Lots of alcohol, because Thurskill would want that. Lots of beautiful women and beautiful men walking around, because Thurskill would like that too.
Do you find a lot of those in Ravengro?
She does everyone's makeup. Delusions. But she just wants to make sure that that's what she's been doing, is coordinating and party planning, basically, for Thurskill.
It's very important to her.
It is. Well, yes. It's important, and it's a way to bring beauty out of sorrow, which is one of the Shaylin's big things, is beauty, like making the world a better place. So, this is how she wants to express that. And I don't know. And obviously, she's dragging the four, obviously she's dragging the other 3 into different parts of this. She's making Roderick sit down at one point and tying ribbons around party favors and stuff.
I think Dorothy would be happy to help.
Absolutely.
A, that he's hanging out with his bestest friends in the whole wide world, and B, I mean, yeah, he's just happy to be a part of something.
And I was thinking, obviously, I'm still considering you to be playing Dorothy at this point, Philip, that at this wake is when they could share that bottle of ale. They haven't had a chance to...
Yeah, the ale that he was supposed to share with Thurskill.
Yeah, they haven't had a chance to crack that open yet.
So I think you should take Zenobia shopping, and she should get a dress for this.
Oh, fabulous. Yes, we absolutely do that. Vivian's close to
Do my hair.
tears. Does Zenobia offer that, or does Vivian?
Oh, yeah,
have to
no,
drag
but Zenobia offers it.
Oh, Vivian is close to tears. They have a girls' day, the day of, the morning of the wake. They go and get their hair done. They're in matching those folk gowns I was telling you about. They're in matching, and they're inverted colors. So yours is black and
complementary.
red. Yours
yes.
is black with red accents. Vivian's is red with black accents.
I like it. Yes.
It's so great. And she's making sure Dwarfy's all nice and clean as well. So day of the wake, she's prepping everyone.
Well, Roderick and Dwarfy have both been working in the forge together a lot, so they're both very dirty.
I would love it. Well, I mean...
The day of the wake, Vivian's making sure you both get a bath.
Yeah, we're not actually going to roleplay the whole thing.
No.
But in my mind, I see that she gave you guys a bath, they went shopping, and y'all went back to the forge.
Right back to work.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh, it'll just have to do. Okay. And
Roderick is wearing his masterwork studded leather that he got from the prison. Well, this is very nice. This is very, very well constructed.
Roderick. And then she's looking around for Kendra and just like, will you do something about this?
What am I supposed to do?
Oh, Roderick the Sword wants you to look nicer.
I'm wearing a cloak.
Vivian goes and fluffs flowers.
I want her to go into full mommy mode and pull out a handkerchief and spit in it and wipe the smut from his face.
She'll do that to Dwarfy, but she's so mad at Roderick. She thinks he's being disrespectful.
Roderick thinks that Thurskill would appreciate him wearing his armor.
Yeah, that's a good question. What would Thurskill?
Oh, no, he's dead.
Exactly. So
Let's ask him.
So
Speak with dead.
Also, in between planning the wake, Vivian, and I assume Zenobia helped me with this as well, organized getting all the bodies buried, all the remains at Harrowstone buried somewhere on the grounds.
We didn't leave any skeletal remains. Anything that we could find was buried.
Mm-hmm.
No skulls left in ovens or anything weird like that.
Correct.
Everything was cleaned up.
Correct. We didn't do it ourselves. We made the priest do it. The other priest.
But we showed everybody where we had found different...
And then the other thing Vivian's been doing is she's been working with the bard to transcribe the dirge that Zenobia wrote, Thurskell's Lament, and she's been teaching it to a couple of people around town to sing on the day of the wake.
Yeah, nice.
So on the day of the wake, we're all in the temple. I imagine a crowd from Ravengro is all there, and there's another performance of the lament, and it sounds even more spectacular now.
Well, it's choral this time.
Exactly,
You have all four parts.
Fuller voices.
Very haunting, and Vivian will do one final stepping up to the where Thurskill is laid out, and knowing a little bit and a very minimal about Thurskell's deity, she'd gone and found some flowers that kind of resemble fires and sort of feathery looking to match his wings, and she lays those at Thurskell's feet.
And Roderick is here at the wake, obviously, and
He looks filthy.
he's a little dirty, but you can see a tear roll from his eye every once in a while. He's been keeping very busy and not thinking about it, but that's just sort of his way of not getting lost in the emotion. He's just keeping himself busy so he doesn't have to think about it. But now he's here, and he's not allowed to be busy anymore, so now he actually has to take in that his good friend gave
Best friend.
His best friend is the alarm stone. We've talked about this.
So this is another triangle. A corpse, a stone, and Roderick.
Roderick has object issues.
Roderick likes a lot of inanimate
Well, I have another.
objects.
How did Roderick get so popular?
He didn't. I mean, Thurskill would say that everybody in the party is his best friend because he thinks he's the best.
So anyway, you were saying something poetic, Roderick.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, Roderick's been, like I said, Roderick's been very busy. He's been working with Zenobia in the traps. He's been working on the forge. He's been keeping himself busy so he doesn't have to think about the loss of his good friend. And now he doesn't have any other thing to occupy himself, so he actually has to deal with the emotions. So he'll tear up every once in a while, especially at the song and the occasional really touching thing that was said about Thurskill.
So where is this taking place at?
In the sanctuary.
Oh, so you're in the
Temple.
church.
Yes, and Thurskell's laid out at the front, and I imagine Vivian's basically started a line of people coming up to lay offerings at his feet. You know, little trinkets, lots of flowers and bells.
He would have loved the attention.
Exactly, and that's why she did this. She knew that he would appreciate the honor of it all, I thought.
So can you describe what he looks like on the dais?
Yes, he is laid out. I don't know how to, he's perpendicular. He's not like his feet are near the door. his head's on the, if you were coming in from the church, his head's on the left, feet are on the right, and he's got warrior braids in his hair. Vivian has redone his war paint, and she's used a lot of cover up. So any of the blemishes from
The necrotic energy. You can't see them now. He looks just as beautiful as the day before he died. And he's got it's proper warrior pose, so he's got his hammer laid out on his chest with his arms, with his hands around the grip. And Vivian, as she was doing her face makeup, she didn't have to do too much accent on this, but she made sure that he has a very fierce expression. Well, not expression, it's not like she painted eyes on him, but there's a furrow in the brow of like he looks like he's still kicking ass and taking names in the afterlife.
Well, I guess while all this is going on, all of a sudden, you see the hammer lift off of his chest and out of his hands.
Roderick draws his sword.
And you just, it's hovering there for just a second.
Oh my.
And then it darts back to the back of the sanctuary. And it ends up in the hand of this dark woman. She is dressed not unlike a witch. She's got what it looks like a horned, I think Maleficent. She's got a horned helm, dark spikes all down her arms, and a bat-like cape.
Ooh.
Where it clasps in the front. It looks like bat wings on her back.
And seeing this figure enter, Roderick says, "Who are you, and why have you come to disturb this solemn moment?"
And she looks at the hammer and she goes, "I'm looking for the idiot who owns this hammer."
How dare you speak of my friend that way? Thurskill gave his life to save this town.
I'm sorry, what?
You are interrupting the wake of Thurskill Shadle, the brave warrior who gave his life to save the town of Ravengro and purify the prison of Harrowstone.
When you say that, her face falls. She is disturbed by the news, and you just see her reach for the helm of her horned helm, pull it down, and as she pulls it down, the disguise that she had fades away. And you see a bearded gentleman.
What? What?
You see a bearded gentleman fall to his knees and start to cry.
Oh dear. Vivian immediately rushes up to him. She's like, "Oh, are you all right?"
The two gentlemen that are with him stand between you.
Oh, is he okay?
So Roderick, at that transition, Roderick says, "I see that you're full of tricks and illusions, but you have not yet explained yourself. Why are you here?"
I'm here to take my brother back.
Your brother?
My brother, Thurskill. He is a fugitive from our tribe, and I was charged to bring him back to face trial.
And Roderick, sort of looking him over, seeing the familiar resemblance to Thurskill, sheathes his longsword and says, "You know, now that you mention it, I do remember him saying something of the sort, vaguely.
That he had a brother, or that he was in trouble?
Trouble with his family."
Oh, he was in big trouble with us. He stole this hammer. This is an ancestral weapon that belongs to the king of our tribe. I just wanted it back, but I'd trade it for my brother right now.
Well, if it is any consolation, your brother died as a brave warrior, and a righteous warrior, doing good to save this town. There could not have been a better death for him.
Who did it?
His name was Heen Ferriman.
Where is he? Is he here?
Oh, he's dead.
He had been dead for 50 years. He was a ghost haunting the prison.
A ghost?
Yes.
The prison?
Do you know where you are?
I know that I'm in Oosterlov, a small town. I don't know the name of it. Raven something.
Oh dear, we have a lot to speak of. Would you like to come see your brother?
Yes.
And
but alone.
Okay. Well.
With that, Father Grimborough will speak up. Perhaps it is best for him to say his goodbyes to his brother alone. Maybe we can all step out into...
Drinks at the bar.
Yes,
toward the bar.
yes. Well, Vivian's like, "Okay, well, this changes the plans, but that's fine. Everyone, the party's starting early. Okay, let's all go outside. Sariana's already set up some booths out there. Rabbit for everyone. No gravy. Not on this solemn day."
So...
He did hate gravy.
He didn't like wet meat.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Who does?
It's actually, I got that quirk from my brother, who does not like gravy on his meat. He doesn't like wet meat.
That's what he said.
Weird.
I mean, that's what he said when we were kids. I don't know if he still doesn't like
My real sidebar, my best friend, her mom made like a stew for her one time, or her daughter, or not her daughter, gosh, her sister, her younger sister, her mom put a bowl of stew in front of her, and her sister looked at her and goes, "I don't eat slop."
Well, okay then.
Anyway, so everyone, Vivian hurriedly pushes everyone outside. I don't think it takes too much encouraging.
Probably not. Father Grimborough will say to this new gentleman, if it's okay with you, I will stay here by the door as you go up and say your goodbyes. I don't want to leave someone unknown to the town and the temple alone.
I guess it's okay.
Roderick gives a stern nod to this new individual as he leaves.
He's actually going to whisper to one of the men that is with him to go get Vivian.
Okay.
Okay, so they find her outside, and she She comes back in, looking a little confused, but
She was very busy coordinating.
yes. Well, she's just concerned. She doesn't want to upset anyone, but she is kind of great. But she is grateful to be brought in. But she's also wary.
Did you do all this?
Yes.
It's very lovely.
Oh, thank you.
He would have hated it.
I don't know, because I think he would have liked all the attention he's receiving.
Oh no, he would have loved that.
Yes.
It's I don't know. It's like I didn't even know him anymore, but he always hated the frou-frou stuff.
Yes, I can understand that, but I think he would have tolerated it because I did it.
Anyway, he's dead.
You're not there.
What
I
is-
wasn't sure what to do, honestly.
This is beautiful. It's really speaks highly of him that all this was done for him, and how long has he been here?
Just a couple weeks.
Really? And the
Yes.
town came out in just a couple weeks?
Well, we did have to destroy every single evil creature in an entirely haunted prison.
That sounds like my brother. But my name is Renly. What is your name?
My name is Vivian Heatherton.
It's a beautiful name.
Thank you, I think so.
Yes. So what were you going to do with my brother?
Well, I hadn't really gotten that far. I had sent word to your family.
Do you know where they are?
No, I just sent an ether mail.
Mail? Okay, well...
Well, Thurskell had given us... Thurskell had talked about the area where his family tribe was known to be, so we had sent messengers out that way.
Okay. I mean, we're really from all over, so...
Thurskell would say that all the time.
He would say that all the time.
And then they start crying.
What I'm getting at is that I think that we will take my brother at the end of the day back to our tribe.
Absolutely.
But you say that he was killed by ghosts? How did he get into the company of ghosts?
Oh, it's a very long story, and myself and my companions, you can see them out there getting blasted. We would all love to share with you our stories of Thurskell.
If you listen to the first 25 episodes, you'll hear the whole thing.
Yes.
So, as they're talking, and Vivian's saying this, we'd love to tell you the story, and, well, relatively, she's like, oh, and, there's a lot to it, and I think we need to sit down to discuss it, but, oh my, I just remembered something. And she starts digging within the pouch, on her dress. She's, digging on her person. She's like, oh, and she pulls out a card, and she looks at Renly very seriously, and she says, This is meant for you. It's from Thurskell.
Is it a painting? He's not very artistic. May I
No.
see it?
Yes, it's for his family, and with it he also has the message. He's sorry. And he didn't
said
mean
that?
it. He said he didn't mean it. And she hands over the hero card.
Oh, did he paint this?
No, it's a little complicated to explain. It's both from Thurskell and from the beyond. The goddess Pharasma works very strongly in these parts, and she has been guiding our troops' journey.
I don't mean to be rude, but what do I do with it?
From my experience, I have one too. I've been, the goddess has blessed me a couple of times now, and she pulls out hers to show you.
Oh, that one has a puppet. Can I have that one?
No, this one's mine.
Okay.
But she's like, but their use presents themselves in time, in the appropriate time. We can discuss this all later, and I will explain it, but I just need you to know that this is for you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking care of my brother. Where can I meet you? Because I think now I would like to be alone.
We have booked the whole town square, so we will be somewhere out there, and then
That really doesn't help me find you. This is a pretty... There's lots of faces that I
Yeah.
don't know, so...
we will be near the center of town at the gazebo.
We will meet you there.
And then she, slowly reaches forward and puts a hand on his shoulder and says a blessing of Shaylin over him. So it's just like a little, like some cute little hymn.
Some sing-songy thing.
Yeah. It's a limerick. And she walks out.
And he has a moment with his brother. I don't know what he would do or say, but it's very touching and everyone was crying, so...
All all one of
three
them?
of them?
No, all three. There's three of
Oh,
them.
okay. All three of them were
They all
crying.
knew Thurskill. They all
Okay.
know Renly. They're.
Well, honestly, in my head, I was imagining two really tall, bald guys in suits, black suits, like hitmen.
I mean,
I
they
had
are.
them, I had
that.
them more as centurions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
I like the Centurion look, and they would be that very stern because they're
They look
royal
like
guard.
They look like Kratos.
Ooh, yeah, they look like bearded Kratos.
Uh-huh.
So this the camera doesn't follow him into the chapel?
No, it goes back to you guys, I guess. It follows the main characters out.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. I just looked up Kratos. The God of War Kratos?
Yes.
Okay. So as that's happening, Vivian walks out and meets with Zenobia, Roderick, and Dwarfy, and updates the team on what she knows so far. It seems to be his brother, and he said that he doesn't think Thurskill would have liked the flowers very much.
It's all right. Funerals are for the living.
That's very true, Zenobia. So Vivian walks out towards the team, and she explains how, yes, he's Thurskill's brother, and he's grateful for everything we've done, and that they're going to take Thurskill's body to do whatever Aasimar tribes do with Aasimar bodies after they die.
Well, that is a small blessing that we don't have to go find them.
You know, that's a really good way to approach this, Roderick. I agree. Because I didn't know how we were going to find them.
Roderick just nods as he takes another swig of his brown ale.
I prefer a amber ale myself. So, Renly would like to speak to all of us later and hear about our adventures here. So I told him he could meet us at the gazebo, so we should all head that way.
Very well.
Let's do.
And are the townspeople coming and talking to us at any specific frequency?
There'll be several that will come in and say their thank yous again for basically saving the town from the increasing threat of Harrowstone. Because even for years, they have all noticed weird, supernatural phenomena happening just from the energies of Harrowstone. They haven't been as strong as they were lately, but just little things here and there that would seem off. And for the past couple of weeks that you've been here, those have stopped.
Great. Very good.
So you've cleansed the whole area.
And I want to be clear, this is a legit, carnival. There's little games for the kids to play. There's little whack-a-mole with hammers that look like... Hammers? Hammers that look like Thurskill's hammer. Mm-hmm. Ring toss stuff.
Jacob's ladders.
Exactly. And booze and food everywhere.
The entire town's
Drumsticks.
budget in one evening.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Drumsticks. Queen's Delight. Pickles on a stick.
Exactly. And rabbit bacon. There's a whole rabbit table. And then it's right next door to the petting zoo. That's just rabbits.
And then there's a giant wooden rabbit for people to climb in.
Hey, you step on a rabbit? Don't worry, it's dinner.
A rabbit hole.
Oh, are they doing it like grapes and wine? Oh, that's terrible.
Oh no. Squishing all the rabbits.
He said step on a rabbit.
No.
I didn't mean to bring everyone down.
There's the rabbit sock.
I was just confused.
Rabbit sock stand.
Yeah, rabbit socks are the new big thing.
Rabbit socks. Gloves.
There's a strongman competition because he was very strong.
Very strong,
Exactly. But you can't ever be stronger than Thurskill.
No, there's like one of those hammer games where you slam the hammer down
Yeah.
and freeze the bar.
Yeah,
And the bell is Thurskill's might,
exactly.
but it stops before it ever gets there.
Exactly. There's like a magnet at the
There
top
is.
that pushes it back down.
It's a rigged game.
Yeah.
But
A
everyone
big
still
carnival game? What are you talking about?
So all that's happening around us. There's quite a lot of activity. It's not necessarily...
Maypoles.
Yeah, it's not solemn. The solemn part was inside, but this is just celebration.
Right. This is the celebration of life.
The ding dong, the witch is dead.
Thurskill's not a witch.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Ghosts are dead.
But as you do all make your way over to the gazebo to await Renly and the others, Dwarfy will pull out the bottle of dwarven ale that he had given to Thurskill. Well, I don't know when would be a very good time to drink this, since he's not here, but I guess with you guys would be the next best thing. Should we break this open now?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I should warn you, this may bring us a bit closer to Thurskill as well, because this is dwarven fire ale.
Oh, what's that mean? And she's already starting to take a sip of it.
It means it might make you a little, angry.
So Vivian finishes taking her shot and then immediately puts it down and then just goes up and slaps Roderick in the face.
What did I do?
You deserved it.
For what?
Everything.
You're dirty.
How dare you not take a shower?
I did.
3 days ago.
She slaps him again the other way. The other cheek.
Roderick casts prestidigitation to start cleaning himself off. There is that better.
Yes, you should have done that 3 hours ago. I don't know what you're talking about, Dwarfy. It seems fine to me.
Yep, you seem perfectly normal. Yep.
So Zenobia takes her shot. Where's Father Grimborough? I have to have words with him.
I think he's busy, Zenobia.
She goes over and slaps Roderick. That's for whatever you're doing to piss Vivian off.
You tell him, Zenobia.
I don't know how I'm expected to sit here and take this kind of abuse.
We'll take a drink. See if you're still going to continue to take it.
Right.
And then Roderick starts beating the women.
I was going to say, then Roderick slaps Vivian.
Okay, and Zenobia rolls for
I
initiative.
think Dwarfy would roll for initiative. That one, too.
Vivian pulls out a flamethrower. 5 minutes later, it just shows the panel comes up on the screen. 5 minutes later, and Ravengro is in ashes.
And then Renly comes out of the church, confused
What
as hell.
happened? We didn't say we were going to keep it in good shape.
Well, there's no party like a Ravengro party.
Because you'll be dead.
Dead.
This is stupid.
Join us for the Ravengro bonfire.
We bonfire in the town of Ravengro.
It's just like Harrowstone.
We thought the town needed some fire drill practice.
This is why you
again.
need. This is why you need a
Fire brigade.
You learn nothing, Father Grimborough.
Yeah, it's all,
He's not in charge of it.
it's all Father Grimbo's
It's all
fault.
Father Grimborough's fault.
He's not a councilman.
Oh, what if we find out later that the lady that Thurskill slept with had a baby, and there's a little baby Thurskill running around?
Did she?
Ba-
Is she?
It's Baby Thurkle.
Oh, yes!
We have gone really far off the rails.
Yeah, we have.
She's definitely a cougar. Could she still have cubs?
She might.
Oh, man.
He was very strong.
Oh, for the love of God, Renly, please come out of the church.
This is going to keep getting worse until we transition the scene.
Come save
Did you
him.
ever have your shot? Did you ever take your shot?
Yeah, remember he started beating the
Trying to
women.
beat the
Oh,
women.
that's right.
Started the big brawl that ended
That didn't work.
with fire. I will say at least the...
Okay,
the-
what really happened?
I really slapped Roderick.
I really slapped Roderick, too.
No, what really happened is Roderick took his shot and then he started working on something.
He started taking his hammer and smithing.
Yeah, just smithing at the table, oblivious.
well, everyone else...
Gotta get this done.
While you all took shots, Dorothy just like downs half the bottle in one sip.
Oh, jeez.
Dwarves.
Dwarves.
And then he's like, I don't know what your problem is.
I noticed nobody poured any out.
Dwarfy has the bottle.
Bad etiquette.
I was going to ask if Dwarfy was going to pour any out.
He pours some out. But would a dwarf really waste that ale?
No, he's going to eat the dirt later.
Oh, okay.
I think we should go pour it on the body.
Set it on
Wake him
fire.
back up. He'll come into a rage.
Well-known restorative properties.
Set it on fire.
Yeah.
So,
Fire.
after your little...
Party.
Yes.
Destruction of the town.
Yes. So, Renly walks up to the gazebo. And he goes, "Hello, everyone. My name is Renly.
Hi, Renly.
Hi, Renly.
Hi, Ridley.
And I'm an... No.
Would you like some ale?
You're an... No, thank you. I've never touched this stuff.
Oh.
Fine. I'll drink yours then.
Please. So, Vivian?
Yeah.
Vivian tells me that you were all with my brother when he passed.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
And we do.
Well, and then it does a flashback.
We were tasked with cleansing a haunted prison that is nearby to this town. And there were a number of ghosts and haunts that were there. The strongest of these ultimately defeated your brother, and we defeated that haunt.
So there's no one to blame for this except for you three.
That's not the way I would interpret it, but...
This was a voluntary group that your brother joined and took payment for as we were doing this.
He took payment.
It was money generated that was divided amongst us while he was alive. And it was his honor and privilege to be part of this group that ended up saving this town, which is one of the reasons we've honored him in death.
He was very insistent he would not have done anything but help us cleanse the prison.
That sounds like the idiot I grew up with.
We also would not have made it out alive without him.
That's the
Absolutely.
truth.
Yes, we've talked about the ghost that killed him, but we have not told you about the ghost that he annihilated.
And we do.
He went by the Lopper, and Thurskell took the Lopper's own axe against him and slain him mightily.
And did quite a bit of damage to the ghost that ultimately vanquished him.
Yes.
We could not have defeated him without Thurskell's battle.
I went down in the same battle, and Thurskell and my spirits passed each other in the beyond. That is when he spoke to me and told me the words that I told you.
So he's gone. He's really gone.
I'm sorry.
It should have been me.
Yes, it should have.
I agree. It should have been Dwarfy.
It should have been Dorothy.
Poor dwarf.
But it wasn't.
Thanks for that setup, Gary.
There you go.
Don't give me that pity face, Gary.
Do you know where else we would have gone with that? I mean, that was the only direction.
I was just following what Philip had set up before. Fine, I'm going home.
I'm taking my dice and so
Good luck with book 2.
So you said that there was payment. What does that mean? There's payment.
Means nothing anymore.
Well, no, that's not true. Thurskell originally came to Ravengro to meet with Professor Lorimore, who passed away. Thurskell said Lorimore wanted to study him at one point, and
I remember that man.
with that he was tasked, as well as the three of us, with transporting a chest of valuable books to a library in a town I don't remember the name of.
Lepidstadt.
In Lepidstadt. Meanwhile, before we could do that, we had to babysit his, may I say, not as pretty as me, daughter. That one got Richard.
Who, by the by, is in a three-way with Roderick and his sword.
Where do you put it?
You don't want to know.
So, at the end of that journey, once we get to Lepidstadt, we will receive a payment of 100 platinum pieces each.
So you're saying his job's not done?
The job is not done.
Correct.
It's his job. He made an oath.
Well, he was left a legacy.
Well, and on that note, you are his next of kin, so the inheritance would naturally fall to you.
I don't care about the inheritance. I care about his honor. Would you mind terribly if I joined you?
Oh, Philip's got a really good little smirk on his face with that. Very in character. I don't mind. Absolutely. I love meeting new people. Are you very strong?
No, but I'm very smart.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Roderick makes a face.
Can you fight?
I've come from a tribe of warriors, but I was never a frontline fighter.
It seems to be my curse.
You took the ring. I don't want to hear it.
Well, you dress
One
very,
crummy point.
you dress very pretty for a warrior.
Well, we all have our nights off. Sometimes we have our nights on. You'll see me tomorrow in my armor.
I didn't mean that to be condescending. I'm just saying you look very pretty today.
Well, of course you're right. It just shows you have adequate vision. Vivian also has 20/20 vision. She
Yes.
told us.
Yes, as does her player.
So
yes.
So Renly's gonna come with us. Are you saying this is your new character, Philip?
this is my new character.
Yeah.
I don't think we announced that anywhere until this moment.
Everyone says,
Okay, it's pretty well.
What is it? Is it just his brother? Is it going to be Bursklau? And it never really was, but I wanted to keep it in the family. I wanted to, because he lived such a short life, this Thurskell.
Yeah, man.
Only 3 levels.
Hey,
So I wanted to keep it, all of the stuff that I had in my head I wanted to continue with, but I didn't want to. This is not Thurskill by any means.
No.
It's going to be the opposite of Thurskill.
Well, that's fun.
Yes.
Sounds like a challenge.
It is, especially since my default is to want to go into the Thurskill voice, and I still haven't got the perfect voice for him yet. I mean,
It's going well so far.
It'll come.
it's been weeks and I still haven't thought of it, but he's gonna join. He's joining the party.
Excellent.
But I'm gonna have my men transport him back, but I'm going to stick around to carry out his final mission. I want to see it done.
Excellent. We do too.
Well, our allotted period of time is nearly expired, so we will be heading off relatively soon.
Oh, I thought we were almost done. We have to go somewhere else?
Yes, we have to take the books from here to the University of Lepidstadt.
Oh, I can do that. All right, let's take these books. When do we leave?
We should be heading off to Lepidstadt in about 2 days.
In 2 days. Okay. Is there a place outside of town that's safe to camp?
Not really.
I wouldn't say safe, no.
The prison should be empty now.
That's ridiculous.
Except for the new graves.
Or you can stay in the
Outside in.
outward inn.
Kendra may also have space in her manor.
A manor? Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
They
You're
don't have
thinking matter. They
maids.
don't have maids.
They don't
no.
have any servants.
I have 2.
It's 2 more than you'd have otherwise.
You also might want to fix the door open. Long story.
Yes.
So, may I meet this Kendra?
Yes, she's here somewhere. We can go find her.
Roderick.
There she is.
Oh, there you are.
He leans over to Vivian. Total Ugmo.
She just needs to wear some more highlighter. It'll be okay.
Kendra, this is Renly Shadle. This is Thurskill's brother.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry for yours.
Thank you.
So, he is here to fulfill Thurskill's portion of your father's will.
Okay.
Would you be amenable to him staying at the manor?
Of course. I believe we still have a room available.
From what I hear, they're all empty.
And they all have the doors taken off.
There's no privacy. There's no privacy in there.
Well, at least the one room doesn't have a door anymore, but the others do.
That was my room. I don't recommend it.
It should be fine now.
So your father was Professor Lormore.
Yes, that is correct.
So what exactly was he doing? Why are we taking these books to a university? Why couldn't they get a messenger or something?
He used to be professor at this University of Lepidstadt, and he borrowed these books.
You say that oddly. He stole them, didn't he?
He intended to take them back, as is what is happening now.
Yeah, my brother probably thought the same with the hammer.
So it was a lengthy borrow, but he did borrow them nonetheless. But he was studying a group known as the Whispering Way, and from what he saw and found out about them, he didn't want others to know too much about them, and fears that they would get wrapped up with them.
Are they persuasive?
They're very persuasive, very dark and evil-minded.
So, are they to blame?
They are the ones who we believe started the unrest within Harrowstone Prison.
I ask these questions because at the end of the day, I want someone to burn. I want someone to pay. I want to flay them alive. I want revenge, vengeance, justice.
Well,
Oh, that doesn't sound very nice.
Well, you weren't there. You don't know.
Oh, okay.
well, I will say this. The Whispering Way is who I have found out has killed my father.
So you know. You know this feeling.
I do. I unfortunately am not strong enough to take them out myself, but I'll tell you this. If you take them out, I will reward you greatly.
I think the vengeance is the reward enough, but I'll take some money.
No, she was implying a blowjob.
I'll take that too.
Faithless. She didn't offer this to Roderick.
it's just it's Noelle. She is trying to break them up every chance she gets.
Sounds to me
Richard
like,
was silently laughing at that
sounds
one.
to me like Kendra was,
Roderick's relationship with Kendra is really complicated.
yeah.
That's why they have to go to the secret crypt all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Kendra. She's a slut.
She is.
She's a crypt slut.
Crypt slut.
It's not where good girls go.
So we have a little talk. I'm joining the party. You guys are still in town, right? Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're up the block.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not that the Ravengro's not. That
Yeah,
big.
Roderick's staying at the manor as well with Kendra.
So we've introduced Renly. So Renly's here. He's here to stay.
Here to stay.
The party continues. It's fabulous. I assume Dwarfy gets drunk
Yep.
and Vivian gets tipsy, and good time is had. The next day, amidst the hangovers.
Except for Dwarfy, who doesn't have one.
And Renly, because he doesn't drink.
So we get together. I assume we're doing preparations for our trip the following day.
Also,
Yes.
are Renly's people going to take the body that
Yeah,
day?
absolutely.
Yeah. So ship off Thurskell's body with the bodyguards.
We all give him a 21 gun salute. Mm-hmm. And
21 crossbow salute.
That sounds very dangerous.
Especially with this group.
Boing.
Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah.
7 natural ones were rolled.
I'm blind again.
My ass.
This was a terrible idea.
Roderick invented some horrible contraption to shoot them all at once, and it just
What are they, a Springle?
and there's nothing explosive on it, but somehow it explodes.
We haven't invented gunpowder yet.
Yeah.
But
So
Wait, have we? Are we emerging guns? No gun.
In Galarian, guns are emerging.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next
gunslinger
character
is
will
a-
be a gunslinger.
No.
Gary won't allow it.
and then we spend the rest of the next 2 days prepping for our trip.
Yeah, so I imagine we're getting together at Kendra's Manor and at the inn, sort of, planning it out. Mm-hmm. And Roderick, he's with the group, and he says, so this chest is very large. If we get...
Just like Vivian's.
Yes, quite. If we get a cart, I have a spell which I can cast to summon a horse which can draw it.
Oh, that's very wonderful, Roderick.
we can do that. So I
Can you pick its color?
I believe so. I may have to make some modifications to the spell, but yes.
Can it be pink?
No.
No, that's beyond my ability, sorry.
Oh. Is it really, or is he lying? Does he just not want a pink horse?
I would say within the rules it would probably be more complicated to cast an unnatural color of horse than a natural
This
color.
is a fantasy game. You know this.
Yeah, that's a meta magic feat. I don't have it yet.
They could do it in Wizard
Pink
of
horses
Oz.
is magic.
Pink horse is a meta magic feat, which Roderick did not take.
They could
In
do
any
it.
case, we buy a cart. I buy a cart.
So, if I have my calculations correct, this spell can last for 8 hours, which is about how long we would be traveling. So, I think we are covered in terms of taking the chest and our other heavy belongings.
Oh, I do have quite a bit of luggage.
She does have quite a bit of luggage.
Yes, I bet you do.
So we pack up the cart, and it's this pretty decent sized trunk. And then, I just want you to imagine the Metropolitan lady with her 12
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton matching luggage chests. All of hers are blue and gold.
Oh, 12, that's cute. Renly has 24.
You're such a one-upper.
And on top of Roderick's smithing equipment, we might need a second horse.
No, he doesn't have 24.
And, well, I don't have as much clothing as I used to. I lost 3 negligees.
Zenobia actually has, for the first time, a backpack.
Lost 3 negligees, I cleaned them for you.
No, this was before you started using that spell.
Did you just throw them away?
Yes. Did you go
to ya?
Did you go rifling through my lingerie drawer to find them to clean them, Roderick?
Does the Fifth Amendment exist in Ustalav?
So Zenobia is back into her comfy armor. She had been feeling very strange in the dress all day.
But she looks so pretty.
Fabulous.
I'm back into my nice comfy armor, and I'm stroking my new composite bow. Really enjoying the silkiness of the finish.
Oh yeah, Vivian looks different now too on this journey because she's still got her hair up and she still has that wooden hair clip that was her holy symbol, but now she's got her gold necklace for her holy symbol on top of her new chainmail armor. Old new chainmail armor.
She says, Vivian, look at this. And she flashes open the shield boss.
Oh, that's wonderful, Zenobia. I can't see in the dark either, so this will be great.
I know. Isn't this fabulous?
Excellent. I do have a sunrod, so if you ever run out, I have one.
That's all right. I bought some.
And on this topic, you see Roderick just keeps opening his spell book and admiring his new spells, once every 10 minutes or so.
What a nerd. So we're all packed up. We say our goodbyes. It's a lovely, heartfelt goodbye and hug to Father Grimbro.
You do notice that Dwarfy has not brought any luggage or anything with you. And then he looks up at you all. I think I'm going to stay.
I'll miss you, Dwarfy, but it will bring me comfort to know that you are here.
Protecting this town. So, Dorothy, what has convinced you to stay?
Well, I opened the forge, and I think someone should be here just in case anything else goes wrong in this town. As a beacon of hope, perhaps, for this town. I've traveled extensively during my time as a war priest, and it's time I settled down, I believe.
Vivian gives Dwarfy a big hug. She lets him accidentally nestle into her bosom. Quote unquote.
He accepts that.
Yeah, and that's all she does.
Roderick says, blessings of Torog upon you. Forge strong steel, my brother.
And she gives him a kiss on his forehead.
Zenobia low fives him.
Because he's short.
And then
Dwarf, keep the forge hot.
That I will. It'll be here for you if you ever need it.
I've got ideas.
I have a small request.
Yes.
So, the magic in our hammer is long been extinguished. I was wondering if you could return it.
I can certainly try.
And he gives Thurskill's hammer to Dwarfy.
I will work on this personally. And may I make a request of you?
Name it.
Keep them safe. They're the only friends I have.
No, you've got me.
All right.
So with that, we're off.
And you're off.
Vivian gave Father Grimborough one last hug, and off we go.
Yeah, Roderick had a long goodbye with Kendra.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do your father's bidding. I shall see you again.
Au revoir, Roderick. Safe travels. The crypt will be waiting for you when you return.
That's ominous and sexy.
It could mean one of two things.
Soriana and Zenobia have a drink together before she leaves for the road. Keep my room.
You'll always have one here.
Thanks. I'll bring back more tchotchke for the walls.
Oh, thank you. I like adding the decorations.
I think I like the way the branding irons are framing the bar.
I do as well. And with the straight jacket over there and a few of the manacles on the side, I think I might move those lower and have an artist come in where you can have your portrait painted.
What a
wearing
great
those.
idea. Listen, when you have that, I'll come back and we can start a wall. We can put all the famous people who come in the bar.
Oh, I love this
We can do an
idea.
icon.
I love it.
Yes.
Have a hero's corner.
I love this business side of Zenobia.
What is that restaurant? Is it Sardi's?
Yes.
I could sign these.
Oh.
You could sell them.
Oh.
I'll talk to the guys.
Okay.
I love Zenobia's business sense that comes out.
All right, so bright and early, we take off.
Yes.
And I'm sure it's a perfectly peaceful journey. We get there in 3
time at all.
hours. We get there in 3 hours.
Not so much.
Now, how far? Where are we going, and how far is it again?
You are going to Lepidstadt, which
Lepidstadt University.
the University of Lepidstadt. Roderick has been there, so he knows the way there. He knows it's a rather treacherous journey that it's about 100 miles. So it would probably take you a couple of days to get there.
Is it a real road? Is there a...
The Old Mountain Road is usually regarded as the best route there. It follows through the southeastern foothills of the Tusk Mountains, past through the towns of Tam Ravenna and Kortad, before following the Lesser Mortre River up to Lepidstadt.
Do we have a map?
No, there are no maps.
So do we need to roll checks or anything, or do we just get on our way?
You'll need to roll survival checks to see if you can stay on this path.
So is that the first thing we need to roll now?
Yes, first thing is roll a survival check.
Roderick only has a +1, so he's going to roll to aid.
Who does
He
have the
does
highest
not
survival?
aid.
I have +7.
It'd be Zenobia.
I'll roll to aid.
11, 18.
I aid, so 20.
So my first roll is Renly, is a natural 1.
Oh, well, he doesn't know where he's going.
Did you
so that's
switch
good.
out Renly's dice?
These are brand new dice.
Picking up where we left off.
Brand new dice. Because these are Renly's dice.
And he's just as good as his brother.
So that's still a 20 survival.
Still a 20. So at least the first part is pretty easy to find your way in the right direction. So you set off heading in the right direction.
Yeah, see, I can imagine Roderick's somewhat familiarity with the path along with Zenobia's overland travel skills. They're kind of working together.
Knowing which direction Lepidstadt is supposed to be, and she can generally tell which direction that is and the best way to get around.
Yeah, exactly.
To
That's
get
what I was
that
thinking. Yeah.
So how long does that first part take us? Does that take us the first day? First 20 minutes?
I'd say the first half of,
Okay.
the first day.
And you want us to roll another survival?
Roll another survival check.
Roderick's going to roll to aid again.
I do not aid.
Roderick aids this time.
Okay. At this point, it's going into nighttime.
19.
12.
So that's 2 aids, so it's +4.
So that makes it a 22?
23.
Yeah. That was a 19 plus 4. So that the sun is starting to set. You hear some wolves howling in the distance.
And if I may, we completely skipped over my magical summoned horse.
Oh, we did.
We did.
That's really
Oh,
cool.
sorry.
Well, no. It's not pink, so it's not impressive.
Right.
So
What
I
did we
guess
decide we're calling him?
What spell did you cast to do this, by the way?
it's called Mount.
So literally just summons a horse from somewhere else on the plane. So somebody else's horse just got stolen.
Is that really what
So
happens?
That's what happens with
It's
this
a
spell.
real horse?
It's a real horse.
I thought it was a,
Where does it
a
go?
construct.
Where does it go at the end of eight hours?
It goes back to wherever it came from
Boy,
originally.
it must be really tired.
That's terrible.
That's how conjuration works.
You're a terrible person. Don't tell Vivian how this spell works.
She just thinks it comes from the...
So does the same horse always come every time you conjure it?
Nope, not necessarily.
So there's no point in naming it.
Maybe they
just
come
horse.
with names.
Yeah, it's
Like
got a
dog
little
collars?
collar.
Little collars, yeah, or chips.
So yeah, it's getting dark now. You are going more towards the foothills of the mountains at this point. You see the moon above you. You hear the sounds of wolves howling in the distance. And you're still staying on track with that 23 survival. But at this point, you notice the howls sound a little closer than you'd like.
Uh-oh.
And they don't quite sound like just a wolf.
What?
I'm getting my mace available.
And everyone give me a perception check.
21 for Roderick.
10.
17.
15.
All right. With the Roderick, with that perception check, you see up in the distance, just a little ways, a wolf-like man with a crossbow, and he's about to fire.
What?
Son of a gun.
And we're rolling for initiative.
Oh. Oh, no. That's so scary. I can't.
All right. So what are those initiatives?
Roderick got a 20.
22.
20, Zenobia 22, Renly,
15.
and Vivian.
I don't remember, but I think it was a 13. I started playing with my die.
Okay. I will put 13 then. All right. And Zenobia is up first.
I'm going to switch to my new longbow,
Okay.
Ooh.
and I'm going to knock a silver-tipped arrow,
All right.
since I've heard wolfy sounds.
Mhm.
And I'm going to fire at the figure.
Okay.
I assume I'm in range, if they're in range of me.
Yes.
Your composite longbow has a range of like 130 feet, so...
Yeah. You could go further than he is.
Can I study
Yes.
this figure? That's not going to help much, though. 13.
13 will not hit. So silver tip arrow goes flying right by him.
Lost in the brush forever.
Yeah,
That's a bummer.
it is.
All right, Roderick. you're up next.
All right, so Roderick has dark vision for 60 feet. This creature is within 60 feet, so is there any knowledge he can roll to find out what it is?
It would be knowledge local, I believe.
Roderick does not have knowledge local, so
I've got knowledge.
Well, you didn't roll it.
Didn't roll it, no.
Failed the group. I don't have knowledge level.
but it clearly looks like it's trying to attack us, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Roderick, he's within range, so he's going to do something fun.
Okay, then.
He's going to move 10 feet away from the creature. He's going to move 10 feet away from the creature, and he's going to cast one of his brand new spells.
All right.
Which is?
He's going to cast Flurry of Snowballs.
Oh, cool.
This is that fun one you talked about.
Yes, and Gary doesn't know what I'm doing to him because he hasn't listened to that episode yet. This spell is also enhanced with the Rhyme Metamagic feat that I have.
And that's Rhyme, R-I-M-E.
Yes, R-I-M-E.
Frost.
Yes. So, provided this creature is not immune to cold damage, regardless of whether he makes his save, he will be entangled for 2 rounds.
All right. And what kind of save is this?
That is a reflex save. And I'll roll my damage.
17 on the save.
That passes.
Okay.
So I rolled 13, so he takes 6 points of cold damage. And assuming he took any damage, he is also entangled for 2 rounds.
All right.
Shall we read Entangled for the audience?
Sure.
Please do.
The character is ensnared. An entangled creature moves half its speed, cannot run or charge, takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, a -4 penalty to dexterity. An entangled creature who attempts to cast a spell must make a concentration check or lose the spell.
That's awesome, Richard.
Mm-hmm.
So he's slowed and inhibited by all of the cold
How big-
frost that's building up on his skin.
Is it just that 5-foot area? It's like he's entangled because he's cold, not because there's like
Yeah, it was the damage
so much
done to
snow
him.
around him.
You know, it's the damage done to him, it's not the area.
Okay. That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's fabulous. Maybe I can hit him this time.
So-
Next time.
So he can move half speed out of that area.
Yes.
So it's his turn. So he's going to do that and move up to Roderick while drawing a longsword. So he drops the crossbow, moves up while drawing this longsword, and he's going to swing at Roderick.
That means I can't shoot into melee, right?
You can, you'll just take a -4 penalty.
That's a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
7 points of damage
Alrighty.
as he swings that longsword.
So 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. And next up, Vivian feels another crossbow bolt whiz by her as it misses.
What? From like, what?
Looks like it was coming from behind the cart.
Oh no. So Vivian turns that way and sees if she can see anything. Is it like totally dark here? Or like what?
There's moonlight. So
Okay.
you can see, it's just dark.
And we didn't say this, but I imagine that like she probably had light cast somewhere on her person.
For Zenobia.
And her. She can only see in low light.
Well,
so
you
yeah,
could
she-
see in the moonlight.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, so Zenobia can see is the main thing there. Alright, so she looks around. Can she see what's shooting at her?
Yeah, you see another, looks just like the other one in front, another wolf-like man
Okay.
from behind.
There's 2 of them. And you said it was knowledge local?
Yes.
Okay, I can't roll that. So she is going... This totally changes what I was going to do. So how close is this other combatant?
He's about probably 30 feet away.
So Vivian whips around, and after she calls out to the group that there's another one, she's going to look at him, and she's going to smile brightly. And with that, she's going to...
It's like the light reflects off her teeth.
Yeah, there's going to be a bling, like a Mentos commercial. And she's going to use her trait. I think it's trait, yeah. She's going to use her alluring trait, which allows me to cast Daze as a spell-like ability once per day. And my caster level equals my character level, so give me a...
Will save, I'm guessing.
I believe so.
Is it
Let's go with will save.
18?
Yeah, so that saves. Well, screw you. It just saves, though. I want you to know that. We were close. But maybe he's creeped out by the fact that this pretty lady's just smiling at him.
What the hell is that?
Why is she smiling at me?
I'm unnerved.
So that's what Vivian did for her turn. Actually, and she's going to move next to Zenobia.
Okay.
I have a question though.
Yes.
If I got a 15, she got a 13.
Should have been you next. Which I don't think we... Did I jump to... Did I say Vivian was
Yeah.
next?
You did.
Yeah, whatever. Ridley, you're next.
So
We'll flip it next turn.
So what Renly is going to do is he is going to touch his headgear, and his form is changing. The same woman that you saw in the temple is who you see on the field now. He has transformed into this dark lady.
Weird.
And I mean, that's a standard action, so that's all he can really do. Oh no, he's also going to draw his halberd, and that's it.
Okay.
Halberd.
No, it's halberd.
And what is that?
It's halberd. It is a poleaxe kind of thingy.
Yeah, it's a spear with a small axe on it.
Albert Einstein.
Where do you draw it from?
You're back.
You don't want to know.
I was gonna say.
It's not really a pole arm, so it's not like her glaive, but it is on the longer side. I'd say it's about the size of a sword, but all weapon, right? Is that fair?
All right.
So longer than an axe,
But shorter than a glaive.
right.
Got it.
So really, Renly and Vivian going out of turn didn't really do anything.
Nah.
It wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah.
So
We'll get it right next time.
We'll get it right the next time. So back to the top of the round is Nobia.
Roderick, get out of the way.
While I roll knowledge local.
Well, I know. Yes. Well, I do that. And I roll a 1.
You know nothing.
I know nothing.
Great. So she delays?
Well, that would be a 6.
Still know nothing.
Still no.
So then she delays and waits for Roderick?
That's the whole point, is he's going to move out of the way, then you don't have a penalty.
Yes, I do want you to move out of the way first.
Yeah, so you have to wait.
So I have to wait. So I'm going to hold my action. I finally get it. Okay.
All right.
You're going to delay.
I'm going to delay.
So Zenobia delays, and it is Roderick's turn.
Alright, seeing that they're surrounded, Roderick is going to spend his swift action to magically enhance his sword. Then he's going to swing with said sword while activating his spell combat ability.
Ooh.
Natural 2 on the swing, so that's a miss.
Okay.
But then he's going to take a 5-foot step back.
All right.
And he's going to cast Mirror Image on himself.
Uh-huh.
And there are now 5 Rodericks. One of them is real and 4 of them are illusory.
That's 5 Rodericks too many.
Now, I can insert my action now?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to go ahead and shoot again
Okay.
using my new composite bow that I hope I've gained some experience with between this and the last turn. There we go. 15 plus 9, 24.
Jeez.
That'll hit.
So that's 1d8 plus 2. So that's a 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 points of damage.
And that was a silver-tipped arrow.
Very good.
Does it look like that did anything extra?
Looks like it damaged him. Alrighty.
It's like, yes.
Next up is bad guy number 1. He's also going to just step back up to Roderick. And this time he's going to try to bite you.
That is so rude.
Does it do anything to Roderick? I mean, this wolf man is trying to bite him.
Yes, it does, but we can get into that later.
Okay.
18.
That will hit. However, you have to roll against my mirror image.
Yes.
So roll a d10. I would say 9 and 10 hit Roderick. Anything else hits an image.
7.
Hits one of the images.
Nice.
So now there are 4 Rodericks on the field.
That spell is doing its job.
I like it.
Right. Bad guy number 2 is going to drop the crossbow and run his way up to everyone else. Renly there. He has drawn a long sword. No, actually, he hasn't drawn the long sword. He's just going to run up and try to bite. 5.
That's a miss.
Exciting. Renly, it is your turn.
Okay, so can I 5-foot step so I can do stuff? So I 5-foot step out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
My cape unfurls, wings,
Nice.
Oh, whoa.
and I go up. I move 20 feet into the air,
What?
and I start a song. So Renly is a skald.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
A skald is a hybrid class. It's barbarian and bard. So there's a performance aspect to it. And with the archetype I took for Renly is a spell warrior. And what happens with a spell warrior is when I am doing my raging song, all of my allies get a +1 enhancement bonus to their weapons.
Nice.
Oh wow! Does that stack with existing bonuses?
Let's see, within 60 feet.
Just need to know what kind of bonus it is. Is it morale?
Well, it's enhancement. Sometimes those stack.
Yeah. Let's see, 5th level and every 5 levels after enhancement. One of the next.
I would imagine it would, because it'd be silly if it didn't.
The bonuses can also be used to add damage. Oh wait, there's more. These bonuses can also be used to add any of the following weapon special abilities to the weapons enhanced by this ability.
So it's just like Roderick's arcane pool. It's the same thing, which the arcane pool stacks. So
Yeah, so I can add dancing, defending, distance, flaming, frost, all that stuff. Adding these special abilities consumes amount of the bonus equal to the special ability's cost. Oof, this is a lot of words.
I know how the mechanic works. It's the same as the other one.
Yes.
So you're good.
Yeah, so...
You're just giving everyone a +1?
Hold on. Here's the part that I was looking for. The duplicate abilities do not stack. So yeah, it stacks. It super stacks.
To hit and damage?
It's +1, so it makes it... Essentially, it makes it magical.
If it's not already.
So
where does the floating come in?
the floating comes in because I'm a I have 1 level of witch. The wings come in because I can meld with my familiar and I take on effects, but it doesn't help me fly. What helps me fly is that I'm a raging flyer.
That's so weird.
So you're raging right now?
Yeah, this is my raging song.
This is so complicated.
It's super confusing.
It's so Philip, I can't even.
I just wanted somebody to look cool when they started fighting.
It's very cool. I have to agree.
I just kind of imagine that her raging song is the immigrant song.
The immigrant? Oh, okay. From Thor.
Yeah.
I was, I bought like the Hamilton mixtape, and there's a song called Immigrants on there. And that's the one that I was thinking of. But yes, that's a good one because it's Thor.
Mm-hmm. All right. So is that Renly's turn?
That is Renly's turn. Renly's turn. It is Renly's turn. He is floating and singing, and everyone gets a +1 to their weapons.
That's big.
Very cool.
Thank you.
All right. Vivian, you're up next.
Vivian, while drawing her glaive, is going to be like, Zenobia, right behind us, and is going to attempt to cast Hold Person. So give me a will save.
Is this from the wand or from your innate ability, from your innate spellcasting?
It's from my spellcasting, so I think I have to roll to hit?
No, you do not. It's just a save.
Okay, cool.
And also, he doesn't make a save until his turn.
Really?
Yes, it's part of the spell.
Oh, okay. Well, so hold on to that then, I guess.
I know what I rolled.
Okay.
I'll save that.
All right.
So she attempts to hold person and lets Zenobia know that there is someone right there.
And this is really important, and this is one of the reasons that Hold Person is such a good spell. He can't take any attacks of opportunity right now.
Oh, if he fails?
Yes. Well, no. There is no save. Like, regardless if they save or fail, from the point you cast the spell until their next turn, they are frozen.
Oh.
No save. They don't get a save until their turn. So between now and his turn, he can do nothing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It is a very good spell.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad I made a good choice.
All right. Roderick, it is your turn.
All right, back at the top of the order, Roderick is going to activate Spell Combat again. Roll to hit with his sword. All right, so that's a natural 6, but we have a lot of bonuses here, so let me figure this out real quick. So that would be a 13 to hit total?
That is a miss.
Okay, well, that's fine, because he steps back, 5-foot step, and casts Burning Hands. Okay. Now I need another reflex save.
10.
That is failure, so he's going to take full damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Takes 10 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And that is 1 Wolfman down.
Yes.
Excelente.
Crispy.
Spells with no attack rolls.
And he lets out a howl as he dies.
That sounds awful.
I missed with both attacks.
Good thing he got spells.
Oh yeah.
Zenobia, you're up next.
I'm going to change weapons from my composite bow to my heavy mace, and I'm going to swing at the other. Do I have to step to him? Can I reach him?
You can make a 5-foot step.
And I'm going to swing at him with my magic mace. It's a 6, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14.
14 is a miss.
And that's including the bonus from...
Yeah, I didn't study him.
Is it one creature or is it that type when you study?
You could study in this turn.
But I thought it was... Is it a specific target or is it that type of creature?
It's a specific target.
Oh, okay.
But she could study this turn. So
Would it have made a difference? It's a 15 hit?
No.
Okay.
So it didn't make any difference.
But he is studied for future reference.
But he is studied for future reference, yes.
All right. So now it is his turn. He did need to make that save, which made it 17.
Gary, I need you to fail these saves.
I failed the save with Roderick a minute ago.
No, I want you to fail my saves. Okay, so the hold person effect is ended.
So can he act normally now?
Is there?
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, no. It was a full round action to break that.
So you can
So pause. Subject becomes paralyzed and freezes in place. It is aware and breathes normally, but cannot take any actions, even speech. Each round on its turn, the subject may attempt a new saving throw to end the effect. This is a full round action that does not provoke attacks of opportunity. A winged creature is paralyzed, cannot flap. Well, so I didn't think it started right away. But I mean, it says saving throw.
It says will negate. So if he would have passed it in the first place, it would have negated it.
No, you're right. I had it wrong.
Okay. So I don't think that changed anything.
No.
So it didn't take effect, so you're fine. Screw you, Gary.
All right.
Yeah, so we were wrong. He should have gotten a save in the beginning.
Yeah, which I rolled. It was a 17, which was enough to pass. So he's not held.
But can he do anything else?
Yeah, yes, he can. No, with all that went away.
If he would have failed each round he tried to break out of it, would have been a full round action. So he's going to try to bite Zenobia. He's probably going to fail. But he's going to try.
Alrighty.
10.
Fail.
This guy's rolling low.
Thank
Much
you.
lower than my guy, who's hit every single time, except he hit my mirror image once.
He doesn't want to hit girls.
Right? Rinley, you are up next.
Can I throw something at him?
Are you still in the air?
Yeah.
How
You
high
have to
up
make
are
a
you?
fly check to hover.
Okay. Cool. I passed. 18.
Yeah, it's a DC 15, so you're good.
But yeah, can I throw something, or is he in melee with Zenobia?
He is in melee with Zenobia.
You can throw something and just be a -4 penalty.
Crap, because I can't do anything then.
It's all show, and
Slam him.
I wish I took defeat death from above. But yeah, I was gonna throw something, but I can hold, right? Until Zenobia goes?
Yeah, you can delay.
Well, if you delay, then it's Vivian's turn. Then we go back to the top of the round. So you'd just be skipping your turn.
Gotcha.
Do you have a crossbow or bow or anything to shoot from above?
It was a chakram. Like an angel.
You can still attack with it.
Just an angel halo.
It's -4.
But I don't want to take that -4 because I'm a terrible roller.
What the hell?
It's part of the game, man.
So what I'm going to do instead... Yeah, I guess I'll do it. So I'm going to draw my chakram. This is a Masterwork Silver chakram.
Okay.
And
Is that like with Xena?
yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. I chose it because it's round, like a halo. Let's see. So I roll my die. Oh, it's a natural 20.
Oh. Roll again to confirm.
See, it doesn't matter.
So I do a -4 to this one too. Okay. So wait, no. 15.
Does not confirm, but it is still a hit.
That's awesome.
1d8.
Ooh, that's good damage.
Max damage. So
Wow.
it is 9 points of silver damage for this wolf man.
Very good.
My goodness.
It's a silver thingy.
Yep, Masterwork Silver.
It's a silver thingy. Yes, mother.
Silver thing. Okay, so that definitely hurt him. Vivian, you're up next.
Vivian casts Bit of Luck on Zenobia.
Which adds what?
It means you get to roll twice.
Okay,
Excellent.
bit of luck for Zenobia.
Good quick turn.
Roderick, your turn.
Alright, Roderick is going to cast Cantrip Brand, and he's going to move his full complement of movement right up to this wolf guy, and then he's going to deliver that spell he cast through his weapon towards the wolfman.
Okay.
I like it because Roderick stepped in front of Vivian, so now
Yes.
she's safer.
Yes.
Natural 1.
Oh, Roderick.
Oh.
That is a confirmed fumble.
Roderick. New book, same Roderick.
Never roll attacks. Pointy end goes there.
Oh,
You take
no.
1 point of con damage.
Roderick.
Uh-oh.
Good thing I am chock full of lesser restoration. Not that we even need to. He can just sleep that off.
Yeah. But it looked fabulous.
I'm amazing at this game.
Did you just poke yourself in the eye with a brand?
Did something.
Poked himself in the crotch.
Stubbed his toe.
Like,
Ow.
I really should have played a wizard.
He has turf toe now.
Stepped on a rake. Hit him in the face.
my mother did that once.
Flavor rake.
Did you say you should have played a wizard, Richard?
Just never makes any attack rolls.
All right.
Well, Richard's soul wants to play Magus, but his body's limited it.
Just doesn't.
The spirit is willing, but the dice are weak.
So is that the end of your turn?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So, it's my turn, right?
Zenobia, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm going to swing at it with the mace again, hopefully with a bit of luck.
Yeah, so you get to roll twice.
And also remember, you have a +1.
Are you continuing to sing?
Yes. No. Do I have to say that every time? I thought it just kept going until
No, you have to declare that every time because it's an action to.
it's a free action.
Yeah, but we need to make sure you're tallying it off.
I am telling it off. You can see that I did 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
just be sure to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 14, plus a 6 is 20, plus it's studied is 21, plus the luck has nothing to do with it, 22.
I bet you that hits.
What was the other roll?
Try for that natural 20.
6.
Okay,
So
so
nothing.
14 was good.
So what's the
20,
total?
21
21 the total.
to
To
hit.
22.
22.
It's 22.
22 hits.
Yes. So that's a 1d8. Just never the one I want. Okay, there it is. So that's 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. Yeah, 7 points.
7 points. And what kind of weapon is this?
It's my magical mace.
Magical mace, but it is not silver.
No, it is not silver.
So it doesn't look like it did any damage.
Whoa!
But it was very satisfying to hit it.
It was a very solid hit.
Lessons were learned.
Lessons were learned.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to go back to town.
You've got Silver Sheen.
Yes, I do.
All right.
So did she call that out?
Do you remark how it didn't do as much damage?
Yes, didn't seem to do any damage at all.
I've got that under control if I could just hit.
Okay. Wolfman was now going to bite at Roderick.
Alrighty.
And I did roll a second ago, which was a 19.
That will hit. Roll against my mirror image. There are now 3 images and 1 Roger.
So roll a d4.
Roll a d4.
Say a 4 hits Roderick.
4 hits Roger.
1.
Alright, so that's another image gone. There are now
Nice.
2 images and a Roger.
3 blind Rodricks. 3 blind Rodricks.
Renly, it's your turn.
Okay, so Renly is going to. I have 20 feet of fly. I'm a very poor flyer. I can only move 20 feet. Can I stay in the air but get to the square right behind him?
Yes.
All right, so that's what I'm going to do, and then I am going to cast. I'm going to cast Call Weapon and bring back my chakram to my hand.
Ooh, that's fun.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I can do.
Very good. Vivian, your turn.
Vivian is going to... Roderick, you have a silver weapon, right?
I'll explain later. If I actually hit once in my life.
All right. Well, Roderick sounded confident, so Vivian is going to give Roderick a bit of luck this turn.
Thank goodness.
Alrighty. Roderick, it is your turn.
Okay, bolstered with that, I'm just going to go for broke. Roderick is going to roll a concentration check to cast offensively. I only need a 7 to pass. Got a 9.
Jeez.
Alright, so Roderick successfully cast offensively to cast a spell, and now he gets 2 attacks. And he's going to spend a swift action to spend another arcane pull point to activate arcane accuracy, which is going to give him a +3 to attack. So he's got a lot of bonuses on this roll. He has a +8 to hit on each roll. So roll hit number 1, 16, total 16.
Miss.
Alright, but attack number 2. There we go, 2 natural 14s. So that's a 22.
22 hits, exactly.
Oh, man.
Alright, you ready for this, Gary?
Sure.
So for starters, we're going to roll the damage.
This is weapon damage.
One on the weapon damage. So, hold on. Hold on. So that's 1 plus 3 for a strength modifier, plus 3 for the enhancement bonus. And you know what happens when you have a +3 enhancement bonus, Gary?
Bypasses silver.
Bypasses silver.
Whoa.
So Roderick's arcane pool plus the raging song gives his weapon enough magical enhancement to bypass the silver damage reduction.
With 1 point of damage?
No, with 7.
Oh, okay.
1 plus 6, so 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And on top of that, the spell he cast was Shocking Grasp.
Brr.
So he's going to roll 4d6 for that spell. Total of 8 points of electricity damage. which is really low.
I was gonna say, how many ones were in there?
2. 1, 1, 2, 4.
But he only had 5 hit points left, so he is dead.
Oh, wonderful. So you just electrocuted a corpse.
Yep.
He wanted to be sure.
And we are out of initiative.
Ooh.
So
I need more silver.
What are these creatures?
Renly is going to fall back down to the earth.
And as he's doing that, Roderick is going to place his hand where he took the longsword wound from the werewolf and heal himself.
What?
For 7 points, exactly what he took.
How'd you heal yourself?
So Roderick, as he's doing this, looks at Renly and says, I believe that you and I have a lot to talk about.
Vivian was just like, Roderick, that's healing magic.
Yes, since I left my mother, I have still been practicing trying to mimic her abilities, and this was the first ability that I was able to replicate.
Oh, that's thrilling.
Yes. I, in fact, can cast it on each of you once per day.
Nice.
And Renly, you can fly. Renly,
Please. When I'm like this, call me Carry the One.
Yes, I'm going to ask you about that.
Carry the one.
carry the what?
Carry the One.
Oh, you have thrown Gary off the deep end. Gary the one.
Damn it, Philip.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
It's
Roderick?
a math joke.
What don't you understand, sweetie?
That's funny, Mom.
Roderick sits down, Indian style, just like looking like he's really thinking about something. I need a moment.
Take all the time you need, baby.
Roderick.
What? Carrie.
Roderick, can you make me a weapon out of my silver coins?
Oh, Mom. Like all 7 of them. You're a woman?
No, I'm me.
I'm so confused.
That's okay, sweetie. Lots of people don't understand.
Okay, well, you look fabulous.
It's something that Thurskill and I shared. We're both beautiful.
I agree.
What have you done with your hair?
Yeah, so what's going on here, Philip?
So that original form that you saw, it's very witchy, maleficent. What I've based him on is an amalgamation of Loki, Thor's brother, obviously, and Maleficent. So what I wanted to do is create a bard character. My original idea was like, you remember the rooster from Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to do something like that with is it Tengu? Is that what they're called? Yeah. But I really, really, really enjoy competition shows that showcase like artistic ability, because I like to judge people that are way better than me. And Drag Race is where I got the inspiration.
Oh, that is so clever.
So this character is basically a drag queen.
The magical kind.
Yes.
A magical drag queen.
Yes.
More magical than normal drag queens.
Right. So
Far fiercer.
way fierce. So this character is again the opposite of Thurskill. Well, Thurskill was like very masculine and macho. Renly has a streak of femininity. And he is unlike Thurskill. He's shy. So when he puts this guise on, he becomes very,
Sassy.
empowered. Yes. Yeah. It's basically, I wanted to also bring in those transformation scenes from cartoons, like when Mumra from Thundercats transforms, or when Sailor Moon transforms.
Yeah.
Just it's something like it's superhero-esque.
Or like the video game, the Persona. Yeah.
Oh.
Very cool.
It's when all 5 of the Power Rangers got together to make the Super Zord.
It is Morphin time.
Yeah.
And he morphs into this Maleficent-y creature. I didn't say who I cast it as, but I cast it as a drag queen named Cameron Michaels. So just
Who is Renly cast as?
Cameron
The same
Michaels.
one?
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Did I say
out of drag
Yes.
Cameron Michaels?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's both
All right. I
Cameron
accept
Michaels.
that. Yeah.
Because that dude's ripped.
Yeah. Tattoos.
Yes,
Is that the picture you sent?
and I took one level of witch with the archetype, the synergist. So Cameron Michaels has a scarab tattoo on his chest, and I envisioned Renly's familiar, which is a bat, is the same thing.
So he actually carries it with him.
Right, his familiar lives in his chest, and he can unmeld. So if we ever need to use the familiar, he can take it out, but he won't have the wings. He can still fly because he's a raging flyer. But
so we could send him ahead. We could have known about this guy.
he's not a good flyer yet, Renly.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the bat. We could have sent the bat ahead to look for things.
You could have, but they can't communicate.
Got it.
They have an empathic link, but they can't talk to each other.
Who'd you say you casted as?
Cameron Michaels.
Yeah, I think this is really good casting for what you're going for, Philip.
That's the inspiration. It
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Well, this will be interesting to play with.
Aha.
So
Vivian, well, that's fascinating. Vivian has no idea how to respond to any of this. She's very polite, and so she's just like, "Oh, okay," but she doesn't understand.
Right. Mm-hmm. So something else that I wanted to in the backstory in my mind is from Parks and Recreation. Ron Swanson had his dual identity in was it Nick
Silverton or something like that?
No, it's Nate. No, that's the guy who does the
Rusty Shackelford.
because Nate Silver is the statistics guy.
So the
It's like an
weapon.
alter ego.
Duke Silver.
Duke Silver.
So
Duke Silver.
Yeah, I also based it on of Parks and Recreation. Ron Swanson has his alter ego Duke Silver, who is a saxophone player in one town over. He secretly at night he leaves his tribe and he goes and he performs in taverns and stuff like that.
So this weapon is that an exotic weapon?
The chakram?
Yeah.
It doesn't count as exotic. It's a regular.
Martial?
I don't know what
Be a
classification.
martial weapon if it's not exotic.
Yeah, so it's a regular martial weapon.
So can I borrow it?
I mean, you can have Dorothy make you one.
Well, I just want to try it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, he's not possessive about his weapons. The only weapon that he is possessive about is the hammer because, again...
But Zenobia just hasn't had a chance to practice with one of these, so she likes this.
You can see his halberd and his chakram.
She doesn't care about the halberd so much, but the chakram fascinates her.
Well, that is super fun. So, anything on the bodies?
Oh, yeah. We have to loot these guys.
Or are they naked? Nakedity rampant?
I mean, they're clothed and armored. They don't have anything
Worth taking?
really worth taking. They've got long
No
swords and they have crossbows, no money on them.
Do
Do they have
silver?
a journal?
No journal, nothing like that.
Map?
Tattoos?
No, there's nothing to these guys to take.
Alright.
This was my random encounter.
Are they in fact werewolves?
Yes.
Sir Roderick drives his sword with a sense of finality into each of them. Horrid creatures. They should not exist.
I agree. Dead.
I was hoping to bite at least one of you.
Well, I have a feeling you'll get another chance.
Perhaps.
So Vivian wants to drag the bodies off the main trail and just she'll say a last rites prayer over them. And think we want to move on a little bit and make camp, not near the wolves.
All right.
Down with that.
All right. So you camp for the night. As I'm losing my voice, get up the next morning, continue on down the road. You stay on the trail, make it through the afternoon into the evening. And as you are coming up over the crest of a hill in the evening, you see in front of you a caravan stopped along the road in front of you. And as you get closer to this caravan, you notice that the wagons are brightly colored and look very unique. They're gaudily painted, and you eventually can read one of the wagons, and it says, "The Crooked Kin, Ustalov's greatest traveling cabinet of curiosities." And you see a group of very strange-looking people all sitting around, and they all look concerned. And you see a very, very small man. You see a a man dressed in brightly colored, striped clothes with a top hat. You see a bearded woman.
We already have Renly.
Right? It's like, well, this is appropriate that we just introduced Renly.
Renly does not have the beard when he's in his drag persona.
So you see them as they approach, and they make eyes with you. The gentleman with the top hat sees you, and he flags you down, and we'll pick it up here next week.
We're a pretty strange crew ourselves.
I know, but I mean,
It's
do we
a
have to?
circus.
Is it 2 bits a gander?
Maybe.